we must proclaim a nationality.
Right.
We must have a nationality. How many people have ever studied Marcus Garvey? Know a little bit about Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey, who was the forerunner of Noble Drew Ali, to stir up the people and get them into this state of mind where they could understand nationality. He said that we must have a nationality, just like the Chinese have a nationality, like the Germans have a nationality, the French, and so forth and so on. If we think about it, everybody in the world has a nationality, except for the so-called black people, and the Negroes, and the colors. You see. He doesn't teach the Noble Drew Ali. Now we can go on and on and on and on and just totally destroy the concept of Negro, black, and colored from a scientific, from a logical point of view. We could do that. But we're going to move on to follow-up subject now. Well, you say that it makes a difference what we call ourselves and emotion Americans. But what difference does it make, so many people might ask? What difference does it make? Okay? First of all, in any effort to seek to find some economic, some social salvation, no matter what government you may live in, anywhere in the world, in order to have any rights within that government, you must be a citizen. You must be a citizen to have any rights within that government. And a requirement to be a citizen in the United States of America is that you must proclaim a nationality. This is something that people have never been told, that you must proclaim a nationality before you can be a citizen in the United States of America. Can we prove it? Yeah, we can prove it. Ask any citizen, any naturalized citizen who's come to the United States seeking citizenship. Ask him if he had to proclaim his nationality before he could become a citizen. He'll tell you yes. In every case, except for our people, they have not proclaimed a nationality. They haven't answered the constitutional challenge of citizenship in the United States of America. They never told anybody that they wanted to be citizens of the United States of America. They've only asked for civil rights. Right. See, citizens don't require no civil rights. They don't need any. Right. They have divine and natural rights. Right. And all the wealth of any government belongs to the citizens, and the citizens alone. It don't belong to those who are seeking civil rights. So if you're only asking for civil rights, again, you're telling the world that you're nobody. Right? You're nobody. You're only asking for a granted privilege so you can ride on the bus with the Europeans, or go to the McDonald's and sit down beside a European and eat hamburgers. Or you can move into his neighborhood, or seek some kind of affirmative action, beg somebody for a job. That's what civil rights does. But the prophets say that's a granted privilege, and it can be taken away at any time. And without the passage, if the president doesn't sign the civil rights bill, there's so many other people might not be around on the bus, or eating McDonald's, or have one of those affirmative action things. Because the civil rights bill has to be renewed every 7 years. It doesn't pass over another pass. Right. There's more scientists, we're not going to say anything that we can't back up, that we can't prove. So when we tell our people that they cannot be citizens of the United States of America until they proclaim a nationality, they can't dispute that. That's a fact.
That's right.
No doubt about it. Now, they may argue and dispute about whether they want to be Moorish Americans or not, no problem. But you can't dispute the law. The law says you must proclaim a nationality before you can be a citizen of the United States of America. That's one reason. That's one thing that nationality can do for us. So once we become citizens, we don't have to ask for no voting rights act again. Ever. What else can nationality do for us? Well, Prophet Noble Drew gave a speech one time in one of the handouts that you had. You might want to talk. He said that the problems of life are largely social and economic. But in a profound sense, they are moral and spiritual. What he was saying was that the problems of life involve those two aspects of salvation that all of us are seeking. That earthly salvation, having food, clothing, and shelter, and so forth. And that spiritual part, that moral and spiritual, those are two aspects of salvation that the Prophet Noble Drew is talking about. And nationality deals with that earthly salvation phase of it. It can solve the problems, so many of the problems that we see among our people today, for example. If we look around us, we walk the streets of Chicago and any other major street, in any other major city, we find the same thing. We find that at any point in time, probably 1 out of every 4 of our young men under the authority of the criminal justice system right now. We find so many of our young women, young sisters, trying to raise children by themselves. We find things going, deteriorating rapidly out there. You see, it's not by accident. It's by science, so to say. And whatever was done in science has to be undone in science. When they enslaved our people, the first thing they did